there's a lot of legends about it, and it's hard to because this is one of those things that isn't part of the usual. Like, you don't go when you go to Egypt and you ask them about the Freemasons. They don't really get into that as much. That's more of a Western kind of insinuation that's where it sprang from, which is really interesting. Although they do say that they had specially trained, like, it was almost like a guild of sorts of people who knew angles, masonry, and things like that, and they were in charge of stuff. But we don't know just how deeply embedded that were. We assume, based on some of the people who were buried in certain fashions, that architects were held in high regard. We have a lot of assumptions about that, but that's one of those kind of in-between areas where I think we built more out of that than what it was. But again, it's just one of those mysteries that I don't think we're ever really going to solve.
I don't think so either. I think there's just certain things that will always remain left to the sands of time. I don't see, like the Sphinx, the idea of the Sphinx, I don't think that'll be something that we solve. Suppose there's different chambers that go into it, and that's where Osiris is buried in. I don't think anybody's found one yet, have they?
Well, that's a good example of what I was talking about the Egyptian government and the way that they look at some of their culture, because there's been a few different teams. They're not allowed to dig there. That's one of the big sticklers. The Egyptian antiquities folks say no digging unless we've decided that you can dig there. And most of the time they say no digging at all because they don't want anything to get damaged, which is understandable to a point. But there's been some manuscripts that have made claims about under the Sphinx, and people have tried to verify it with ground-penetrating radar, and there were at least 2 teams in the last 10-15 years that have said, supposedly, that they've seen via ground-penetrating radar that there are cavities beneath the Sphinx. However, a lot of this has been supposedly debunked by the Egyptian Antiquities Department, and they say, no, it's a false reading, it's this, we've got our own experts, and they say no, and they say your study is flawed, and everything like that, and because they don't agree, you can't go down and look. And I kind of feel like there is something. I don't know if there's some great mystery, like I don't know if there's an ancient machine, I don't know if there's something like really truly mystical down there, but I think there probably is something. It could be even just basically a tool closet for where the workers kept things while they were building the structure up above. It could be something really simple. But the Antiquities Department, they're like, no, we don't want you looking down there, we don't want anything checking out. And it kind of makes people start getting conspiracy minded. They start thinking, oh, well, what are you trying to hide? What's down there? You know there's something down there. And there could be literally just, again, a broom closet. An ancient broom closet. And we wouldn't know. We won't know, and people are going to go over the top and make a bunch of claims about it. And I would love to know if it was just a broom closet myself. I would love to know what it is, even if it's just like something really not impressive, because at least, oh yeah, that's cool that they would have that down there, because that shows that that's evidence that people built it, as opposed to the other theory where it says that extraterrestrial technology built the pyramids and built the Sphinx and built all the other kind of stuff. Because if there's just a tool closet down there, that's kind of more evidence that there wasn't really anything advanced going on. It's just that, oh yeah, we stored our stuff down here while we were building everything. It adds a human element.
Like what you heard? Well, check out our YouTube page where you can find more episodes of This Uncanny Earth, including episode 189, Egyptian Love Affair. And as always, why be boring when you can be uncanny?